All right, hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to show you guys just how the garden has been progressing and how it's going. I have to do a little bit of work on it today. Today's not the best day to do it. Today's kind of dreary, but I have the time right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of it for you. What I wanted to show you guys on film is just some of the herbs that are flowering and what it looks like and just how they look different. Like, for example, the basil or the comfrey and even the fennel that's getting really tall right now. It's awesome. And right now we're kind of in this phase where we're transitioning to the fall in my area, and what's happening is we're getting our cold weather coming in now, and I think here in like the next couple of weeks it's gonna be time for me to harvest. And you know, like I've told you guys about in the previous videos, that I'm growing beets and carrots. I got a whole row of carrots out there. I'm gonna have to harvest those soon at some point. And as of this week, I finally saw some red chili peppers out on my cayenne plant. So you guys will get to see those today. They're doing good. I might leave them out there. I might take them off today. I'm not too sure yet, but I had to get some watering done for my raspberry starters and the garden today before I went out there and showed you guys everything. But I'm going to show you guys the process of what they look like flowering wise, and then what they will look like after I cut them back, because if they flower, it's gonna die off early and they will go to seed if I don't do this now. So I got to get this done and just keep them around a little bit longer before the first frost comes. So anyways, you guys, I just wanted to show you that today and show you guys the process of how I'm going to do that. So we'll go ahead and get out into the garden and I'll show you how everything is progressing and what the herbs and the plants look like and my vegetables, and we'll just go from there and we'll close out the season strong. So all right, voila guys. Dude, this fennel's gotten so tall. And then this is what the basil looks like when it's flowered. It's starting to flower. You get these yellowish stems here with the white flowers on the end. It's pretty awesome. Today it rained earlier, so didn't have to water too much. This is the comfrey here I wanted to show you guys, and they're not blooming like they were a couple weeks ago, but they do get purple flowers here. So that is the comfrey, the fennel, and the basil. All right, and this guy in the middle, believe it or not, this is my echinacea. It is not flowered yet, so I haven't gotten the cones or anything. I don't even know if I'm going to get cones or flowers this year, you guys, but these are the leaves, start of the bush, but I'm wondering if I could use the roots. I'm pretty sure that's the kind that I got, so I could definitely use the roots medicinally. All right, so like I said, we got the basil. This is the echinacea so far. This is probably, it's going to be for the rest of the season the best I'm going to get for this herb. All this is the comfrey here, the side and the flowering. This thing's been growing like wildfire, so I'm definitely gonna have to cut it back and get those leaves prepped. This is my fennel. It's just, these yellow little flowers here have just been budding like crazy, and it's just been growing and getting taller. These ones haven't budded yet or bloomed, but they just open up like that. They're so awesome, and this whole thing is edible. I think you could eat all of this. This eats just like a vegetable. You can drink this in a tea. I'm sure you guys have heard of that, drinking it as a tea. I've been eating these a lot lately, just plucking them off as I go, passing by the garden. These guys budded. These look great. So pretty. But man, this thing's just gotten so tall. You see this? It's growing like wildfire. And lastly, we got the cayenne here. Got the cayenne. We got a couple of chili peppers here, so we got 3 of them. They're ready to be picked, but the rest of them, if you guys can see that, I'm trying to do a good job filming for you guys. The green ones, I got a bunch of them, so this is going to be a good harvest. Lots of cayenne chilies this year. You can see them all right there. They all kind of blend in. They're just not red yet like this. It's a great color right there. This guy's in between, but he's going to mature, so that's good. Okay, there's kale. This is the other piece of kale. So what I believed I failed to do was to pluck off these. Oh man, that was a caterpillar or a worm or something, I don't know. So what I failed to do was to actually take these leaves off, because now it's just dying. And what I was told was that it grows like lettuce. So you just pluck off the you pluck off the leaves per leaf, right? And then you just pick it up, pick it off, eat it, whatever you need to do. And then each time you do that, it just grows back the leaves. And so I think since I didn't pick any of it, it just started to die off. Yeah, this barely got anything to forage here. Same with this one too. I also kind of feel like the comfrey kind of overpowered it, kind of grew towards it. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm not gonna eat that. Next up on the list, we got my broccoli. I have not been able to get any crowns yet. I don't know if it's because of the kind that I got, but yeah, this got a lot of dead leaves and such here. Really took off like crazy. I feel like I could have, again, I should have maybe been picking some of this off and eating it, using it, just eating the leaves. I mean, the whole plant's edible, but you know, and then you don't know. You're just not sure. So, but I mean, this was the tallest one that I got this year for my broccoli. We got the other one. This one only got half as big as the other one, but leaves, all that stuff. Also trying to keep that morning glory off of it too. Could have been choking it out, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I got busy, so I had to make a decision about whether I was going to come out here and tend to it, or if I was going to just, you know, live my life, keep doing what I needed to do. So gardening was one thing I wanted to do this year, and at least attempt, see if I could grow something. So far, so good. I'm glad that I kept it small, but now I'll know for next time what to do in the future. Okay, and then we got the beets here. These guys are just about ready to come out. Literally grown out of the ground now. So I think I could pull those anytime, to be honest, but I don't know, we'll see. All right, these are my rows of carrots. There's a few of them that are looking good. As I pull back, I keep finding stuff I gotta get pulled off of here, but these are the rows. They're kind of starting to come up. And they're looking good. I think next year I might try and do more, but I wanted to see how all this was gonna take off. And so far, I'm not seeing them budding. Okay, we got a couple here on the end, but this is basically what they're supposed to, it's basically what they're supposed to look like, if you guys can see that orange there. So that's coming up. I pulled some from the end here a while ago. We have a couple more here. That one looks like it's ready to pull. So I might either leave these out here a little bit longer, or I might not, I don't know. See what happens. So, yeah, and all the critters in between, which ain't good. All right, yep, that's not good. Ah, more slugs. Okay. Duly noted. Dang. All right. Oh. Sorry, guys. You guys went vertical for a second. Damn. So I pulled this guy out by accident, but so far, these are how my beets are looking. So I think the other ones looked a little oblong, but I think this will be a good harvest. All right, you guys. So this is what my basil is going to look like when it's cut back. I got most of the flowering parts. Maybe I missed one. We got her though. All right. So again, these are just the flowers. These are like the aerial parts of the plant, and we also got some of the leaves here. I mean, you dry this out right. You guys can use this as your seasonings, 4 seasonings for food and a tea. I mean, those are all the medicinal properties of basil, and it's great. But yeah, even the flowers like this, you guys can use these, dry these out, use them in a tea, use them as a tea, use them for seasoning in your food. And I found a new friend here. We got a mantis. He's hanging out of my fennel bush. This is great. I'm gonna have to move him to a different location. Probably gonna keep him in the garden if I can. This guy can help me with my ant problem, which I will have to do in another video, but yeah. Around this time of year they usually come out, but he can help me out with my bug problem that I got here in the garden, so I'd like to keep him around in here if I can. This will be good hunting grounds for him. Again, I'll talk about that in another video though. So let's go ahead and move this guy. Alright, moved him over to my kale. Saw some bugs on here, so I think he'll be at home. So yeah, hang out in the garden, man. You can be here as long as you want. Take care of my problem, okay? With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and work on this fennel. Get this all chopped up. Alright, well I think that'll do it. I just got most of the flowering parts out. This one right here isn't too mature yet, still going to be budding up and such. For the most part, I got more of the low-hanging branches or stems, whatever you want to call them, and yellowing or like kind of like rotting branch ends on the bottom and such, and in between the bush here. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've never cut back fennel before, so this is a first for me. If you guys can, just leave a comment down below and let me know how I'm doing with pruning and cutting back my herbs and such. I know you're never supposed to take more than a fourth, otherwise it's called herbal raping, but I mean, I got to contain these plants, otherwise they're just going to keep growing and getting wild. But yeah, this is the result of mixing the zeolite and using organic compost and potting soil and such for the year, so this has been pretty good. I think I'm gonna have a pretty good harvest. And for the record, this is how fennel flower is supposed to look. Look at how pretty that is. I showed you guys this earlier, but man. And these are edible as well. So, for example, take that guy off. It tastes like a sweet licorice. And then you can eat this whole thing. It just cooks up and eats like a vegetable. So just steam it, prep it up at your disclosure. It's pretty easy to eat. Just passing by as an herb and such. Drying process, I don't know how long that's going to take, but you can drink this in a tea. All of this here, as far as I know. Flour, fennel seed, the works. Alright, we cut this guy back just a bit. I had to use gloves because they got kind of some small, like needle-like textures on the leaves and on the stems there and such. I cut all the flowers off though, so that way